be. I think so, yes. And then my voice doesn't work. Good morning, beloveds. Let me get another drink of water. I did get up. I did go to the gym. Yeah. I have a somewhat busy morning. I got to figure out if my printer's going to talk to my computer or if I'm going to have to use my phone as the intermediate. So, but that's neither here nor there. You are here for your spiritual power. We have 2 essays left. I have to have something by Tuesday. So let's do the housekeeping and then we'll get on with it. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. If you will email that and get on the news, on the email newsletter, you get 1 email a week unless something unusual happens, usually weather related. We do live on the Gulf Coast. And tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot. Click here now means it. And it's a blind CC, so nobody's going to see your email. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. So it's worth doing. Now after that, what is next? The social medias. And I only mentioned the social medias from the standpoint of we do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do instead is to engage with the pages. Like, subscribe, follow, based on which platform you are on. And then engage with the individual post by reacting to the post, commenting on the post, sharing the post. Bumps us in the algorithms, more people see our stuff, which is the whole point of social media. So it is a free and easy way that you can support the center. So there is that. All right. We are doing Your Spiritual Power, which is a collection. We are wrapping it up. Like I said, we have 2 essays left in the book that we are doing because this is a collection of Ernest Holmes works that may not be the easiest to find other places. And 3 of them that happen to be in here are actually collections of his Science of Mind magazine articles. Discover a Richer Life, Living Without Fear, and Think Your Troubles Away. So we are finishing Think Your Troubles Away right now. We are in part 3. And our title today is Live Creatively. A great many people are in some degree destroying their happiness because they have inner desires to create that are unexpressed, and these desires stifle them, congest them emotionally and physically, and make them unhappy. There is a great deal of physical starvation in the world today, but there is a great deal more mental and spiritual starvation than anyone realizes. Kind of figured that that's where he was going. It takes only a short while to starve to death physically, but think of the people who have plenty to keep the body going, but who are starving the mind and spirit year after year. Back of every person's life, there is a natural desire to express, to accomplish constructively. It does not matter what the accomplishment is. To the universal desire itself, the creation of an empire involves no more than the building of a bridge. It does not know that one is great and the other is small. All this inner urge knows is what it feels, and it feels itself to be. Because it feels itself to be, it knows it has to express, and because it knows it has to express, it beats against our consciousness, and that expression fulfilled is what we call self-expression. A person who is self-expressed is always happy. They are not afraid of their... they are not afraid of their stand, no matter what it is. This urge does not know any comparison. If it did, it would be confined by finite standards. It just knows its necessity to express. We feel this impulse, Even a child feels it. A child wants to do something, but the parents squelch that desire. After a while, the child is inhibited, and if unable to express their desire secretly will have a sense of hang on. After a while, the child is inhibited, and if unable to express their desire secretly will have a sense of having been repressed. There needs to be a comma in there. Earnest and punctuation. Of course, on the other hand, we know that we cannot allow children to do exactly as they want to do. Therefore, we say that there must be a balancing. The child must express, but they must do it constructively. A child can be very easily taught what is constructive. We are all just children of a larger growth, a greater experience, and sometimes a deeper perception. When we find that we have this perfectly normal desire to express, we must decide what we are going to express. The intellect must consciously determine what the emotions are going to respond. And there's a period there. What? The intellect must consciously determine to what the emotions are going to respond. Okay. All right. I left a word out. Now the sentence makes sense. The well-balanced person is the person who has struck a good balance between their intellect and their emotion. I asked Jesse one day, how did I get singled out from the herd, I guess, is the way I put it. How did I get culled from the herd into ministry? How did I get guided into ministry? And that's exactly what he said. He said, because you have a good balance between your head and your heart. And I went, oh, okay. So we find people giving vent to extreme emotional expression who think that thereby they are being modern and up to date, but who, as a matter of fact, are merely chaotic. We misconstrue what truth is because of our desire to express a thing as we want to do. There must be a conscious direction of that inner creative urge to express into channels which are happy, constructive, and in all ways profitable. We are not to bottle a desire to express, calling it evil or bad. We are to more gently express and direct it in a constructive manner. When we bottle things up, it tends to come out sideways. And then if you want to talk about evil, we can talk about evil. Because, bottling yourself up does nobody any good. We are to view this great creative urge of life as the eternal sun which shines beyond and through the mist and the cloud of uncertainty. That sun in whose beams we may bask at will. Every form of creation, the creative arts, the accomplishment of any purpose in life, the good that we will do each other, the kindly smile, the peaceful thought, is some part of that great divine expression which balances and equalizes and makes sane our everyday life. When it comes to the art of spiritual mind treatment, we shall find that it is this creativity which is the power that projects the word into form. Not everyone that saith, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven. They who enter into a state of wholeness and completion is in a holy state. They who know goodness, peace, and happiness must so enter into this native state of wholeness that they will find that their prayer to be backed by conviction, their treatment filled with faith and feeling, and back of their whole outlook on life, perfect certainty. Such a person no longer walks the earth as downtrodden, disconsolate, and afraid. They know that heaven is here, that God is their host, and that they have further learned that great lesson, which all people must learn, that they are today potentially a perfect and divine being. We do not have to acquire divinity. We have to reveal that divinity, whichever dwells within us. Yep. It's like, we don't have to acquire it. We already are it. What we have to do is show it, reveal it. That's why they like to say healing is revealing. Love interprets itself to everyone who knows love, comes to everyone who senses love, personifies itself in forms which are human. I would argue that love also expresses itself in all kinds of forms because, yeah, all 4 of my cats are love on 4 paws. Okay, but that's just me getting off track. Let me get back to there. And let's see. In experiences which are divine. Okay. Love interprets itself to everyone who knows love, comes to everyone who senses love, personifies itself in forms which are human, in experiences which are divine. We know as we experience this indwelling divinity, it becomes real. It is not an illusion. It is the great motivating power of the universe. We touch it, reveal it through this person, and because they reflect... Okay. Hang on. Let me try this again. We touch it, reveal it through these people, these children, and because they reflect that love to us, we fall in love with that person. It is God expressing through us. So we touch a cause and we feel through that cause a divine and cosmic reality. As the unreality of the temporal is rolled away, the temporal does not pass from existence. It is translated into new form. It comes as a divine awakening. And looking at each other, we see no longer the finite broken upon the wheel of circumstances, impoverished and sick, but we see back of the form that glorious presence which tells us that gods are conversing with gods. The more universal a person becomes, the more sane they become, and the more they are able to appreciate the individual. And I find that sentence really interesting in context of politics today. The more universal a person becomes, the more sane they become, and the more they are able to appreciate the individual. In learning to express life, to give release to the divine creative urge within us, we ultimately have to face the undeniable truth that thoughts do become things in our experience. What we need to do is have our thoughts so conform to what we consider the nature of spirit to be that nothing unlike its inherent good can become part of our daily life. The process of doing this through the practical use of science of mind is actually very simple. We train our minds to believe that there is a spiritual presence within us which guides, controls, comforts, and heals. We put gently but firmly out of our minds those thoughts which deny this belief and persist in this belief until finally it becomes a part of our nature to believe that the spirit through our mind responds to us and that we are daily recreated in the image of perfection. We guard our thought against negative statement, against unbelief, until gradually we are living on the affirmative and constructive side of life. There is no one living who cannot practice this simple method of spiritual healing. Do not refuse any good or comfort that can come on the physical plane, but realize this. There is that which transcends the physical, which is the builder, creator, sustainer, and arbiter of all that is. There is also that thing in each one of us that is transcendent. As we learn to listen to this inner presence, getting our impulse from it, we shall create our prayer, our spiritual mind treatment, after the perception received from it. And our increased awareness of perfection will restore our body and affairs after a divine pattern. So let each of us endeavor to heal themselves and to help to heal others of infirmities, troubles, and problems. Not becoming discouraged, but always realizing that the possibility is there, that there is a divinity that shapes our ends. Rough hew them how we will. Okay, which is a quote from somewhere, but I have no idea where. It doesn't sound like a Bible quote. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Oh. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. What was it? Oh, there was that one. Oh, there it is. But realize this, that there is that which transcends the physical. No. Oh, there it is. There is also that thing in each of us which is transcendent. The God that we believe in, which is always it's always interesting to listen to Jesse say that. The God that I believe in, the God that we believe in is both eminent and transcendent. The God that we believe in is right where you are right now, and also so much more than you are right now. But the amazing part of that statement is that you are part of that you are more than you seem. And that is what we are stretching toward. When we reach towards infinity, that is what we are reaching for. We are reaching towards the goal of, So, okay. All right. And the last article is Your Great Experiment. And it's not very long, so Your Great Experiment. So, there you have it. That is, what was the name of this article? Live Creatively, I think. Yeah, Live Creatively. I'm going to go away and think about that one. The last couple of articles, out of the last 3, or the last 4, I found 2 of them fairly frustrating. This one was really good. I really enjoyed that. So, when we remember who we are, we make better choices. And you know what? Practice, practice, practice. I think that's why he named us practitioners. It was to encourage us to remember that we practice every single day. There is no day. We don't take a day off from practicing this. And the goal is to practice it until it becomes such second nature that we do it automatically. Yeah. All right. Pattern and trend of your thought. Okay. Well, then I'm going to move on to the process of my day so that I can get ready for the service, because we have the service and then we have a Yule circle after the service. So, yay. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Hey, we're getting ready to walk into Holy Week because Christmas is this week. Yay. And I know that the Christmas Eve service will be amazing for you. So, yep. So feel free to join us for that. And, nope, I'm encouraging you to have days. So let's have a, drink plenty of water day, because it's warm down here. It could get to 80 today. Enjoy the sunshine while you got it day. Go crunch some leaves day. Cuddle your fur babies day. Go be with your community day. There you go. That's a good one on Sundays. Do what you gotta do day. prep for the short week day, a you got this day, a go listen to some amazing music day, a take care of yourself day, a take a break day, a make sure you make time to sit down for a minute day, a read something just for fun day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, especially during this season, that's why I'm a big believer in the pause. And not just the four-legged kind, but the pause. Take a pause. Simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light and a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, moving on into the process of my day, because I have a fairly busy early part of the day, and then I'm going to take a nap. So take care of yourself. Oh, wait. Yeah. So, one, we will have an amazing service for you here, right here at 11. The Yule service will not be on Facebook, but I'm going to ask Katie if we can make it available in the Zoom watch party. So if you're interested in the Yule service, go there. And then Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you, and I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow to finish up this book. Take care of yourself, know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.